Well, hello, you guys. How do you like me now? You're tuning in to me reading stuff after dark. I named these bonus episodes after the nightclub from Beverly Hills 90210. So though the royalty-free hip-hop is now royalty-free mood music or something, I don't know what this is. It's royalty-free though. So what you're going to get here is pretty much the same damn thing. It's just me at night rather than me in the morning. And if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I like myself better at night. I just do. I don't know why. I'm better. My name's Robyn O'Neill, by the way. You can always come fuck with me over on Instagram and or Twitter. My handle is ROBYN_ONEIL. You can also, I don't know if I've ever said this, actually. You can always check out my work on my website, which is just robynoneil.com. Questions. Do you love the city or town in which you live? Do you like your house or apartment right now? Yes or no? Which holiday holds the worst memories for you? Do you currently hate anyone? When was the last time you had a perfect day? Are perfect days even possible? I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know. I used to think they are. As I get older, I'm saying this in the least sad way possible, but I honestly don't think they are. I just don't think that's how life is. I used to be idealistic. Remember, I've mentioned it. Right now, what do you most want in life? What is it? Say it. Say it right now, out loud. Me? I think for me, I just want to be healthy, like physically healthy. Seems simple enough, but it's not, as I've learned. But I really do want it. I also most want to make you all feel cared for and loved. And one fine young gentleman, a Canadian listener, tweeted to me saying I'm long overdue for an After Dark episode. Would I consider to record one this week? Consider recording one this week. How do I say that? Would I consider? I don't know. Anyway, it's nighttime. You'll forgive me. And you know what? He asked me. I give the people what they want. So here I am. I show up for you. I show up for you. And what do I do for you? I read you poetry. You know what I'm going to read you tonight is continuing along the same theme as the last episode on Monday. From this world poetry book, an anthology of verse from antiquity to our time. I am going to put the link to this book, of course, in the description of the podcast so you'll know how you can find it yourself. You guys, I got this book at the library, the Beverly Hills Library, not so long ago. And I thought to myself, how am I even going to wade through this thing? There are 1,400 pages in this book, almost. And it's very tiny print, huge pages. It's jam-packed with poems. I have no idea how many, at least 1,000. And I said, open it up, Robyn. See what you find. Let's just open it up to, isn't that a fun thing to do in a book of poetry? It's a fun thing to do in any book, really. I do it all the time. Open it up, see what you like. See if you like it. Anyway, I did that. I opened it up, and this is what happened. This is Serbo-Croatian. It's by Anonymous. I don't believe I've ever read an anonymous poem, but I'm doing it right now. And it says date unknown, but it's sometime in the 12th century, I believe. Yeah, sometime in the 12th century, around there. All right, it's called The Message of King Sakis and the Legend of the 12 Dreams He Had in One Night. 1. I saw a gold pillar from earth to heaven. 2. I saw a dark towel hanging from heaven to earth. 3. I saw 3 boiling kettles, one of oil, one of butter, and one of water. And oil boiled over into butter, and butter into water, but the water boiled all by itself. 4. I saw an old mare with her colt, and a black eagle pulling grass by its roots and laying it down before the mare, while the colt neighed. 5. I saw a bitch lying on a dunghill while the puppies barked from her womb. 6. I saw many monks soaked in pitch, wailing because they can't get out. 7, I saw a beautiful horse grazing with 2 heads, one in front, one in back. 8, I saw precious stones, pearls, and royal wreaths scattered over the whole kingdom, but fire came down from heaven and scorched everything into ashes. 9, I saw the rich giving workers either gold or silver or rice, but when they asked for their own reward, no one was left. 10, I saw evil-faced rocks descending from the sky and walking all over the earth. 11, I saw 3 maidens in a mowed field bearing wreaths of sunlight on their heads and sweet-smelling flowers in their hands. 12, I saw men with slits for eyes, cruel fingernails, and hair that rose up, and these were the devil's servants. And then I looked down, and this is translated by Charles Simic, who, as you know, I've become very, 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 very interested in the last couple of weeks. And so I just thought how perfect that was. And it made me, it's one of those validations when you're actively researching and being inspired in order to make work. These kind of things happen where the world kind of goes, you know what? You're on to something here. Keep going, keep learning, keep reading, keep seeing, all of that. And so since that was translated by Charles Simic, and I'm so obsessed with him currently, I'm going to read you another poem by a short one by Charles Simic from his book that won the Pulitzer Prize in 1990, The World Doesn't End. I just told you all that I didn't have this book. And a very special friend of mine, Mark Václaviak, actually reached out and sent it to me since I didn't have it. And it was so, so kind of him. And I now treasure it, and I just got it today, and I've already read it 1.5 times in one sitting. I just cannot get enough of this book. This is one of the most kind of engaging books I've ever experienced. So let me read you one. This one, they don't really have titles, so let me just read it. The city had fallen. We came to the window of a house drawn by a madman. The setting sun shone on a few abandoned machines of futility. I remember, someone said, how in ancient times one could turn a wolf into a human and then lecture it to one's heart's content. Charles Simic, if you're out there listening, I love the hell out of you. And Mark, I love you as well. I was going to say something. Oh, Charles Simic. The pronunciation of that name is driving me mad. I thought for sure it was Simic. I've heard it Simic in a couple of different interviews. Then my hero, Michael Silverblatt of Bookworm fame, pronounced it Simich. And then my dear, dear friend DW and I discussed it, and he's pretty sure it's Simic after doing some research with me. So I don't know. If anyone knows, please tell me. But also, I'm really just sorry. I really do try to figure this out before I record. But this one, if I'm wrong, I apologize. I really am. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. I have no new reviews to read to you tonight, which I'm sure you're relieved about. I basically just want to end by saying thank you for spending the evening with me. And I hope more than anything that you feel understood in this life. I really am speaking to all of you listening right now. That's what I wish more than anything. That you be understood, that you feel understood. Okay. Good night, everybody. I will talk to you again tomorrow morning.